like to thank our sponsor, Das Stahl Beer House. Are you aware of Das Stahl Beer House off the South Parkway?
I am. I drive by it every day.
Right.
And you know what, Tom? Have you ever sat there with a nice cold beer and just thought, this isn't enough? There's got to be more.
Many times I've thought that.
Yeah.
So do they have an answer to that?
They do. They have many answers for almost every day of the week, actually.
Right.
So Wednesday, the third Wednesday of every month, they have a board game night.
Oh, nice.
They run a poll to see which board game they're going to add to their collection. Right now they have like 30, something insane.
That's a lot of board games.
They almost certainly have your favorite.
So you can bring friends there, you can play board games and have drinks is the point.
Yeah. You can play board games anytime, but the special night for it is the third Wednesday.
Very good. And then there's also a new club there that started called the Buzz Club on Monday nights, right?
Buzz Club, yes.
So they sit around, I guess they drink beer and talk about beer.
It's for people who like beer enough to talk about beer.
And to be in a club called Buzz Club.
I mean, do they have swag, do you think?
I would hope so. Thursday
Please
nights.
get Letterman jackets.
Thursday nights is trivia, and then on Saturdays they have yoga as well. So that's Das Stahl Beer House, the premier tap room for the South and Huntsville South. And you want to check them out at dsb-hsv.com. It's Das Stahl Beer House. Check them out.
There's no reason not to.
There really isn't.
No, Huntsville. No, Huntsville. Rocket City, no, Huntsville. No, Huntsville.
Weather?
No, Huntsville.
We're not going to do any of that. All right, welcome back to another episode of No Huntsville. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
And in case you don't know, Alex is filling in for Daniela, who is off on assignment, is how they say that.
She's creating all of the
panoply.
panoplies.
Yeah, she's in charge of making that a good event, and she will. And so, Alex, you're stepping in.
Here I am to save the day.
It's beautiful.
The people want me back. I don't know how to stay away.
You can't quit us.
I can't quit you.
So who we have here today is the Cole Boyz,
Yes.
Huntsville natives, killing the game here in town. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks.
This is 2/3 of the Cole Boyz, right?
Correct.
Or we're missing one guy?
One guy's in Tennessee
Okay.
at the moment.
He's busy.
Yeah.
We'll
about to
accept
get
that
married.
as an excuse. Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having a baby?
Everybody
He's
get
about to get
married.
married.
Oh, he's having a baby. Oh, he's getting married.
Yes, sir.
Lucky him.
Yeah,
right?
so you know how they go. So he's busy with that right now, but you know.
All right, so you guys, we get to review some of the music.
Bless.
It's just what struck me first was some pride that you guys are putting this music out from Huntsville, Alabama.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys claim Huntsville, Alabama.
Rep it to the
indeed.
fullest.
That's right,
Yeah.
and that's what I love. You kind of own it, and it's what we do here is promote this town, and that you guys are putting this quality music out is exciting. You guys dropped an album called The Hearts of Dixie in 2010.
Correct.
You've been riding that high for a little bit while, right? Yeah. I mean, the response you had from it was amazing.
Right.
Did you think that you would get that type of response? Did you know it all along, or was
As a
it kind
freshman
of a
album also.
Yeah, it's your first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first album as Cole Boyz. We've been doing music for a long time.
Right,
yeah,
that's right, yeah.
You know, we blood related as well as
Your cousins.
spiritually. Yeah,
Right,
cousins.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cousins.
So he the one that got me doing hip hop. He been doing music for way longer than me. So
I've been doing music since '92.
yeah,
92.
yeah, from beatboxing to rapping around a lunchroom table.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Doing it all.
Busting out that cardboard, doing
Right.
backspins.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm a hip hop baby.
The elements of hip hop.
Right.
We love that. You know what I mean?
We are hip hop.
But we didn't know at the time. You know what I'm saying?
didn't.
We just loved doing music and
Just want to share it with the world.
yeah, man, we
Yeah.
did like 60 songs for that album, and it
Yeah.
got
Oh my
narrowed
God.
down to 17 or whatnot. But
Well, I
hard
think that's where it comes from, right? Because
That's incredible.
if you and I liked your response there, because if you came into it thinking, oh, this is going to be big, we're going to make all this money and blah blah blah. I mean, I think that's where it fails. If you
Right.
just like, no, we're just going to put music out that our hearts are into it.
Right.
It's our artistry.
It was never about the
and
money.
then that's what really blows up by
Right.
itself. That's
Yeah.
what makes it organic.
Because
and kind
people
of blows up.
respond to authenticity like
Yeah.
that, for
It
sure.
was never about the money for us. It
Never
was just
been.
putting out our gift. It was about spreading our word. So if we made $1, cool. but that wasn't the
Yeah,
important.
you're not
thing.
pushing away
Yeah.
money,
No,
man. Just
I'm not doing that.
But you know,
But money wasn't the motivator. Y'all say that.
Well, I think
know.
that's the most important part. So before we started recording here, we were talking about some of the songs off that album, and the one that stuck with me, at least from doing some research on you guys, was Bloody Sunday. The content of it is very serious. It's around the 65 march from Selma to Montgomery,
Right.
and the beatings that went on that are surrounding it, right? And it was also we had some representatives that were caught up in that mess. But why do you guys think it's still relevant to put something out and tie it to that event 60-some years ago? Why do you think it still resonates with people? When I watch that video, it's a very raw video.
Right.
It's very hastily put together, which I think lends to the content and lends
Right.
to the seriousness of the situation.
Right.
But what makes you guys? What do you think draws people still to those type of events?
It's fresh. It's still fresh.
Because those situations is still going on.
Right.
You understand me? The reason Bloody Sunday was created or happened because of police brutality of killing Jimmy. I mean, these things are still relevant today. It's
Jimmy
still
Lee
going
Jackson.
on today. So,
And even more so, man. I mean, just the.
I don't know if it's more. It's just more accessible with people
Yeah.
being able
Well,
to
there it
have
is.
We
fun.
can
Okay, yeah,
see
there
it
it is.
You know what I
happening
mean?
more.
That's the key
No,
thing now.
that's exactly right. Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then,
not more
it was
so,
word
but
of
we
mouth.
just see it more now.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
In the
Yeah.
forefront.
It's in your face now.
Right.
But it's
But we
almost like
chose-
it's in the forefront, but people still won't pay attention to
Right.
it.
Correct. See, we chose Bloody Sunday because that was the event really that shined the light on what was going on in the South.
Well, because so much of
Right.
it was televised.
Right,
Right.
that was the one
Exactly.
that was really televised. So
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
was living in their living room, seeing this stuff going on. Really pushed the march to to get civil rights passed. and things.
Right, and then the end of that track, you talk about that those type of events lead eventually, sadly enough, or good enough,
Right.
that we elected our first African American president.
Right.
So
We could vote.
Sometimes it takes those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But
and
at the same,
again, sadly
To get
enough,
here.
but sometimes it takes those things in order to have something later on that's
you gotta have discomfort to bring change about. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You gotta brush some feathers. You know what I mean? And with us electing the first African American president, that's just the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not it.
Oh,
Like
That's
I
not
say,
the
it-
you mean
ceiling.
everything
It
that
goes
gets
higher.
solved after that?
Like,
Everything is,
people just think since that happened that everything's okay.
No.
man. Stuff is still
It's still
going
the
on.
South.
Right.
Yeah, man. But you know how that go. But we have to continue to have these conversations going on if we think we ever going to get past these things. If we try to push this stuff under the rug like this stuff didn't happen, it's not continue to happen,
Right.
then it's going to continue to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right, yeah, exactly. And so we were kind of contrasting that track to some of the other tracks that are not as heavy. Right. We talk about one of the tracks called "Durdy."
Right.
Right. I mean that has another feel to it. Right.
I love
It
it.
kind of has that laid back, that sort of and again it comes back to you guys really promoting the South all through that.
Right.
Not just the South. Sorry. Alabama and
Alabama.
Huntsville
Yeah.
in specific.
Red clay.
Right,
And every time you say Alabama in it, I was like, what? That's just crazy to hear. Really just repping, Alabama the way you guys are. It's pretty neat.
Before we even started the Cole Boyz, like we always rapped Alabama because Alabama was a state that was looked over. You understand what I'm saying? Alabama was a market for Atlanta, and if it popped in Alabama, it's gonna do good in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So we always had that Alabama strong pride to know, like, hey, it's real hip hop in Alabama. Hey, it's real people in here in Alabama that does good music. Like Huntsville is a melting pot of so much talent. Like it'll blow your mind. And like it's people that work 9 to 5s like we do and make the best music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and we are so proud to be from Alabama because we want the whole world to know, look, we can make good music and we got something to say.
And a unique perspective.
Right. We're
Exactly.
gonna have to be unique.
Right.
You gotta understand, like we get compared to Goody Mob a lot, Dungeon Family Sound a lot. But you gotta understand that was the sound that really broke the South. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So people are scared to be unique anymore,
Right.
or go outside
Be
the
they
box
selves.
anymore. Everybody trying to make the same type of music, same type of cadence. But we always been outside the box, so I think that's one reason why people are drawn to our type of music.
We just different.
Yeah, we not
know.
category. We don't like to be put in a box. We make music on how we feel at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you might get a spectrum over here, and the next song may be a spectrum
way over the next
Yeah.
thing, right?
What's the writing process like with all three of you? Does one like kind of lyrically take the lead a little bit more, or?
Well, for real, like, okay, we'll get a track, okay, and we'll sit around, meditate on the track, and music speaks to you.
Right.
We allow. We don't rush nothing that we do because we understand the music is bigger than us, and we let the spirit guide us in everything that we do.
Right.
So we'll sit around and listen to the beat. Sometimes it might be boom, just like that.
Right.
Like Durdy, for example. As soon as I heard, I wrote the hook in like 2 minutes. Some tracks
incredible.
might take a week of riding to and listening to, but usually that person, one of us, will come up with the hook.
Just
And
have to
we
let them
all-
marinate for a
yeah.
little while.
But we always on the same page. So,
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
all right, we'll make the hook, and then we all get in our own little corners and start writing.
Is the hook the hardest thing? Is the hardest part?
Well, it's the most important thing.
It's the most important.
See, like,
thing.
for us, like, we want to make substance with our music, meaning, like, the song gonna be what it's supposed to be. Now, he's talking about something, he's talking about something. It's all gonna be cohesive. So once you get that hook, you got really what you're gonna talk about.
All the bars have to relate back to the hook.
Right.
It's gonna bring it all together. That hook gonna be
Okay.
that glue. It's gonna bring the whole song together. You know, and we try to understand like that. Now, we try to teach in the verse and the hook to be something that's gonna catch you, gonna catch your ear, but also with a little substance in it. And that's our formula now. You know, like basically we had these long hooks that, and our producer, not producer, but our engineer, James Bevel, he works down in Birmingham at Audio State 55. He said, look, y'all got too much substance on this hook. Make the hook simple and teach in y'all verses. And he gave us a little bit of formula for that. And we started using it, and it was so easy then because now we can get everything we wanted to say out and make a complete song.
Right.
And still have it be catchy and still have it be resonating. Yeah.
So you guys, right now, you're gonna work on your sophomore album, right?
Yeah, you could say sophomore album like
But
we were talking.
you've done a lot of
before.
music in between.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
We did a lot of music with like a lot of albums in between. We just ain't released them yet.
Okay.
But we chose to go ahead and do this Three Kings because it just got, like I said, it got an organic feel to it.
It was
It just felt good.
Three Kings came in a spot where we all needed it. We all had personal issues we was going through as men. And we had to figure out to stand strong and stand and be that pillar that our kids and our peers look at us to be. And it's like when we start with Three Kings, it was so organic because we was lab rats. We stayed in the studio all day, all night, and we started producing our own sound. It was organic, and it was like that was therapy for me and Shamar. It was just so much therapy that okay, I had a shitty day, but hey, I'm finna go to the studio tonight, and I might be in the studio at about 5 a.m. But hey, that right there is gonna be my medicine. So Three Kings was special. That's why we had to drop it. That's why we had to be like, okay, this Three Kings is on the way. It's special. Like we got so much jewels that we're gonna drop, and so much music that is gonna be Cole Boyz, but it's gonna be Cole Boyz that now we're universal, that everybody can relate to. And now we're going to make everybody feel like they're from the Durdy, from Alabama.
Yeah.
They're going to feel like, man, I
you
want to be
to
country.
hear it. I want you to smell it. I want you to taste it.
Exactly.
Everything. I
Well,
want you to
listening to it, it just feels like a summer when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like just like being outside and the smell of like grass in the summer, and it's just palpable in that track.
I appreciate that. because
Appreciate it.
That's what we was aiming for. And
Right.
you hit it on the head when you was like, like Will Smith Summertime, but a southern version of it.
Yeah.
It's like this what we wanted you to play at your family picnic.
This is what we
Right.
doing to
A
something.
dirty Will Smith.
Yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to Rudy DeVille that's on that track as
Right.
well,
Yeah.
man.
Big shout out to the fam.
Yeah, man. And we've been doing working on a lot of music together as well lately. So y'all be on the lookout for that as well.
That's another artist you need to get in here because he is a Huntsville veteran, and he's been
He
doing so
started it.
much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made it
Possible for us.
Yeah, like people like us to be like, okay, we can do this.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah, shout out to the homie Rudy DeVille.
You gotta understand, when we first started recording, it wasn't too many studios that was up. It was only Sound Cell and a couple of people that had studios in their house.
Correct.
So it's like music wasn't really accessible that you could just go get on and record and everything like that. No, you record on, you would write that song on somebody else's beat and then try to find somebody to give you a beat. But as technology came about to where it was more home studios, then it became easier to get this out of my head onto a CD or MP3 format. You know what I mean? So, we done came a long way to as far as, getting this out. Now we at a luxury where if I have something in my head, I can get it out right now. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, man.
We were just talking about that earlier. The barriers to social media and to get your music out have been greatly reduced. So you guys can put singles out for a number of years and do fine like that and survive like that, which is really pretty cool. But then also, I mean, everybody's waiting probably for this album to come down. Man.
Yeah, man.
The wait soon gonna be over. I promise
So
y'all.
what do we think? In the summer, by the end of the year, what are we talking about here?
Oh, really? It's done. We just waiting for
mix and
everything
master?
to mix and master. So we go like, I don't know if you can tell, like our music is got a big sound because we take the extra mile to get the sound quality.
Like Bonnie Grumman masters our music out of Cali in Hollywood. You know.
So so it take a little minute for everything to get done. But like the writing the music and recording it,
That's the easy part.
that takes no time at all. Getting it to the level where everybody can play it on their speakers. Is
Like we real big on sound quality, and
sometimes it could be a thorn in our side, but
that's our brand.
Yeah, we take quality in what we do. We don't like to do nothing halfway.
Cole Boyz brand is quality, over quantity, and that's what set us apart that keeps us relevant to this day. We done made an album in 2010 and folks still buy it, folks still talk about it, folks still know that, hey, you're the guy on Marching to Zion, hey, you're the guys on Bloody Sunday, and it's like, that's because we put quality in what we do. Now, if I got an album that can still stand the test of time 9 years later, just look at all the music that was out 9 years earlier.
Right.
You don't even remember anything about them albums because it wasn't impactful.
Right.
Hearts of Dixie for us was impactful because we made some of our best music.
Right.
Yeah, we got a lot. It took a lot of time and effort in that album. We put a lot of money into
blood,
it.
sweat, and tears to
man.
record.
Shout
it.
out to Devin the Dude that was on that project with us.
And the Durdy Boys from
the Durdy Boy.
Montgomery.
We did a song, the Woods of Alabama remix, when we got everybody from Alabama on it, from top to bottom. You know what I mean? And that was something that the Durdy Boys was like, look here, man.
Something we always wanted to do.
We always wanted to do that, and y'all guys pulled it together. It was an honor to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's unity. That's why Alabama music haven't got to that point, because we haven't all came together and did it as a front. It's going to take that.
You seeing that now? Are you starting to see the community here
just
kind of
look at
pick
this-
up and get a little better and kind of be a little more united to help each other out? Are we seeing that?
Yeah.
People getting older, so the egos is dropping.
Yeah,
understand
that's
what I'm
really
saying?
what it was,
Yeah.
man. And I don't understand
It was
why,
all about
because
egos.
we was all right here.
Right.
Wasn't nobody making no other moves outside of here, so why couldn't we just all come
Come
together?
together.
Do it together,
And that's
yeah.
what we are known for. You know what I mean? We all about
Bringing
bringing
folks together.
people
Yeah.
together. We known for doing works in schools and with all the children around Huntsville and stuff like that. That's what we're about. We're
Right.
about the community and bringing people together. So a lot of people look to us to be able to do that as far as the music as
Right.
well.
Can I ask a favor, you guys?
Okay.
More videos you put out, put more stuff in Huntsville in the videos.
Yeah.
When I was watching the videos, when I was looking at I could see
Always.
streets, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Keep doing
It's
that.
cool.
Yeah, everything that
We was in the middle of university of marching to Zion.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said.
Right.
I said it a minute ago. I was like,
In the
Marcus
middle.
University.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the middle of
Put more stuff on
university.
there.
All the projects
I
where
love
we
it.
see. I grew up in Mason Court, so anything that
Yeah.
we gonna have Mason Court because that's a stepping stone
Yeah.
where I was introduced to hip hop from. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
All right,
we
keep
gonna
that-
have
keep that
Huntsville.
Oh yeah, we gonna always put
Like those mountains is, that you see in the Marching to Zion
All
video.
of this around here.
That's off dog on 72, like in Huntsville. Like
Okay, yeah.
some of the
You know.
like people be like, okay, like especially with the March in the Zion video, they swore we went to Africa or somewhere.
it's all
It
around
was
here.
very like
All
Wakanda
around
before
here.
Wakanda was
Right,
there.
right, exactly.
Huntsville's the new Wakanda.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
we'll speak on it then. Because we like for real, man, we was doing this a long time ago, man.
Yeah, man.
But a lot of people
Right here in Huntsville.
thought we went like out of the country or somewhere to
No.
shoot this. Man, we'll take you out
On
in the
location.
country and some of the most beautiful
Beautiful.
scenery
Yeah.
you
Right.
ever think is
Right here in
around us,
town.
man.
Right there.
Yeah, right here, man. Gotta be a proud.
All right, guys. I want to thank you so much for coming in. We're excited
Bless.
about the music. I'm excited about Three Kings coming out.
Yes.
You need to come back in here and help promote that.
Yes,
right
sir.
here.
Indeed.
And what we're going to do right at the end here, we're going to play your video, Durdy.
Okay,
Dirty.
So, guys, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure.
I got
Here
my
we
new
go.
summer track out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Cole
it. Here we go.
Boyz.
Here we go. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Riding down these country roads.
Country Kings, welcome to the dirty.
There's a red clay leaking out my soul.
This red cloud, how your feet muddy.
Memories running through my phone too low.
We Country Kings, welcome to the dirty.
It's the dirty alcohol.
So wipe your feet, cause it's gonna get muddy.
Stepped out the screen door, hearing music, some cricket screeching. Out these backwoods, hearing growls, unknown creatures. Too late to be scared, ancestors guided by moonlight. Walking through the swamp, elderberry, keep room tight. A grove of pine trees to horizons and cotton field. 100 pounds a day, granny picked it to cotton mill. Race off the land and hide out, hunting go fishing holes. No need to catch the real, we snatch a crappie with cane pole. We bleed country, like cornbread and buttermilk. Mash it up in the cup if you will, and how you sip. Home in the mud, we mix with blood, we call it red clay. Yes, the home of the blue, because it's in it the slaves. See the spirits that potent, embedded in DNA. Said the art of war, they win when they teach your kids every day. But that's just part of the story. Before them ships hit the bay, we was already here. Pressing y'all head off, hey, come on,
Riding
nah.
down this country road. This red clay leaking out of my soul. Memories to my frontal lobe. This the dirty alcohol. Riding down these country roads. This red clay leaking out of my soul. Memories to my frontal lobe. This the dirty alcohol.
Every day we dressing clean while living in the dirty. They done thrown these 6 and stone, but that shit never hurt me. Even though we riding slow down these country roads, my frontal lobe it helped me glow even in the ghetto. I recline while sipping country time lemonade. These streets is burning up, we cooling in the shade. And my chains that left an imprint in this red clay. I put it down and had a crown since the first day. Alienated and they hate it cause we melanated. What is first, it shall be last, my people show waited. Alabama been on the rise cause we done paid our dues. We never snooze, we got insomniacs out here in our crew. The dirty that made us back in the day, we was chained up. Stripped us from everything in the Bible they gave us. From slaves to sharecroppers, it's really the same thing. Freedom was never given, we took it and took the pain. Ride down these country roads at night and just feel the breeze. Travel down 65 and cruise, just blow the trees. The dirty that made us to get it just how we live. They racist, they hooded up and they love when the blood spill. My home is Alabama, no peace for this southern key. They handed me lemons, I brought them back lemon pepper wings. The music is like years and talent is everywhere. So cold when we spit, it's like them glaciers and polar bears. The hustle don't never stop cause they bills, they keep running. Get to the bag just like a nympho, she steady coming. Feeding my people, so let it digest and fill your soul. We taking our freedom and beat the block down these country roads.